G'day, Ben from Melbourne here. Today we're going to have a crack at the A to Z thread that's been going around the VC. I saw both MGK Boston and Costas from Legopady do this thread. Apparently it was started by a fella called Doug Anderson, who I did not know a lot about and only knew of him through their threads. Check him out, have a look at his stuff, and I'll leave his details below. I'm still new to him, so sorry I can't give a lot of info on the man, but get behind yet another one of us weird dudes who likes to show records on YouTube. All right, as usual, I stick to Australian stuff, and this time I'm going to try and do all 7 inches, A to Z. On my A to Z is the name of the band. I think that's the rules. I can't remember if it was name of the band or title of the record or whatever. But anyway, that's what I'm doing, and they're all Australian. And nearly all of them are 7 inches. So let's get right into it. Start with the Oz Mutants with their cracking 100 Oz Mutant fans can't be wrong. 100 million Bon Jovi fans can. Oz Mutants, of course, featuring Jake from Alien Nose Job. He just released a great record earlier this year. Oz Mutants, if you love that synth punk with tons of attitude and funny lyrics, you'll dig Oz Mutants. Next up, bit of garage rock by the Busy Men. And this is Lonely Dog, back with Lookout and Peach Orchard Road. Yeah, cool stuff. I think these guys, if I got it right, are from Queensland. Let's say that for now, and you can correct me in the comments. Just good garage rock stuff. Next up, the mighty Civic with theirs Those Who Know. Civic, of course, have released an absolute banging record earlier this year, produced by Rob Younger. Highly recommend checking that out. We might get into that in a video at some stage, but this is for this comp. This also has a really cool, I should have done this for the cover one, I forgot. They do a really cool cover of Needle in the Camel's Eye, the Brian Eno song. And even though it's, if you know Civic, they've got that classic punk sound, it weirdly sounds just like the Eno version, but it's still punk as fuck. Alright, next, the letter D with The Dukes and She'll Be Mine, back with If You Really Love Me on Cavern 7 Records. Probably haven't said what the other ones are on. Anti-Fade for Civic. Something else for the Busy Men that I can't see right now. And I think Oz Mutants was Anti-Fade as well. Yeah, another killer garage rock band. I think it was Garner on Born Out of Time. He's played this one before or shown it. And if that's not a recommendation for some good garage rock, you don't know what you're talking about. All right, East Link, good post-punk, post-rock from Melbourne band, Wild Dog. This one again on Art Records. Not again, this is the first one on Art Records. Another great Australian label, which of course bands like Eddie Current, Suppression Ring were signed to Art Records. Some cool stuff on the inside. We go to F with the great Frowning Clowns, of course. Zach from Orb, and I think Jake from Oz Mutants, and a cast of thousands who've played in pretty much every good punk, synth, pop, whatever you want to call it. All great indie stuff. Were all in this band at one stage. These guys have really got that 60s garage vibe down to a T. Brilliant stuff. There's the groovy looking labels. Now a newie for G, which I've just picked up by a band called Gut Health. This actually, to me, has that kind of, remember when in the early 80s, that sort of punk funk with, you know, Gang of Four, ESG, that kind of thing. Yeah, really cool stuff. This one's called Electric Party Chrome Girl is the single, but yeah, really, really cool. Really, really small label too. And that's just the little picture of the band. That guy got a great haircut, if I do say so. Not a bad little package for a 7-inch actually. Righto, we're up to H with Housewives. One of the dudes who was in the Straight Arrows is in Housewives. Yeah, this is great stuff. What do you know? Mastered by Mikey Young. He's on a bit of stuff. This one's on anti-fade, so you know it's good. Yeah. I Il Globo. This is some good old straight up hardcore punk stylings. Yeah, there's check the odds, check the amount of songs on a 7-inch so you know that barely anything scrapes past a minute and a half. It's just the label there. Cool stuff. Now we're up to J. Oh, and a classic, the Johnnies. I Think You're Cute. Yeah, featuring of course the great SPJ, Spencer P. Jones. What a band. Roddy Roger, who was also in the Dubrovniks, I think, if I got that right. Anyway, I'm talking about the Johnnies for J. Classic cowpunks. K, on Anti-Fade, Kremlings. Oh, this is some raw, nasty punk rock, this one. This is a ripper called Vulture Race on Anti-Fade again. Anti-Fade art, last 10 or so years pumped out so much good punk rock in this town. Well, and also Geelong, because a lot of those great bands are from Geelong. Speaking of which, Anti-Fade's founder, Billy Gardner, his original band Living Eyes. Yeah, with Ways to Make a Living and Nosediving. This is killer. Like, it's garagey rock, punk I'd say, but much more punk than garagey, like really cool stuff. Oh, this one's even nice red colour. M, Multiple Man, on Major Crimes Records. This is sort of some dark, synthy, well, I suppose, goth, pop rock, sort of in the vein of those bands like Nun and Forces and that sort of thing. Actually, I think they're called Multiple Man because there's two twins in this band. They've released a few 7-inches and I think a couple of full-length albums, and yeah, really good stuff. Multiple Man. Speaking of Nun, 4N, here's Nun. Oh, and there's something poking out. There you go. A little bit of promoage. On the sadly defunct Nihilistic Orb label. Great label. A lot of, yeah, if you like your, you know, synth punk with a dark gothic tinge, you'll dig anything on that label. Right, up to O, but we need a little caffeine. Oh yeah. O with the Sabbath worshipping Orb. Again, Zach from the Frowning Clouds. One of his early bands. And these guys started off doing Sabbath covers for jokes and then actually really liked it and decided to base their whole sound around that, and they do a fantastic job of it. Cool coloured vinyl there. I think this one might be on, yeah, it's on Flightless Records. Now a newie on Anti-Fade with P, which is Fill in the Tiles. I haven't had a chance to really listen to this one much, so I can't tell you a lot at the moment, but I'm the kind of person, if I see something on a label I like Anti-Fade, I'll just grab it, because I know it's going to be good. So, there we go. Well, I don't think I can show you the back cover. It's quite pornographic. Just quickly. There you go. I don't know what will happen with that. And nice yellow vinyl. Oh, what are we up to? Here's a banger. Ruined Fortune, featuring more members from the Great Straight Arrows on the cool label RIP Society, with their great track Bullseye. And there's your labels there. Good stuff. S with the Shifters, and Believer back with Contrast Form. Good post-punk stuff, this. Really cool. I'm guessing, yes, it does have Mikey Young production credit, of course. That is mandatory in this country. T, the band Tax. Oh, we all love that. Yeah, good stuff. This sort of, yeah, again, in that post-punky sort of thing. Yeah, nice. As far as I know, this is, well, it's all I've got by them, but I have not seen anything else, which I would pick up, because this is really cool. I think that's a nice blue. Yeah, that's coming up all right. I thought it might appear black. Now for some awesome femme punk with Ubik, or Ubik, not sure how to say it. Some choice song titles, if you know Andrew Bolt of this song, Andrew Bolt's Twitter account, the knobhead right-wing commentator, who the less said about him the better. Anyway, so you'll see where these guys are coming from, and it's definitely not pro Andrew Bolt. And we're actually getting close to the end, kids. More classics from Geelong. Vintage Crop with their song Company Man on Anti-Fade label. Good stuff. These guys, I think they have that, I call it bored punk. You know, that tone of voice where singers just sound bored, but it works. W on Goodbye Boozy Records, the Wet Blankets, Garage Punks. I think these guys are from Geelong as well. They got some cool 7-inch singles, a couple of full lengthers I think as well. Worth checking out if you dig that thing. Now this is where the 7 inches stop, because I just don't have anything Australian which is starting with X. So what better than to have a full lengther of the Mighty X with a great record, At Home With You. Yeah, this has got the great song Degenerate Boy on there, but yeah, TV Glue and At Home With You are all ripping tracks. Classic Australian punk record from the late 70s. With Y, I'm going for Yes I'm Leaving on the Mighty Homeless Records label. This is like awesome in-your-face punk, nasty sort of hardcore shit. Really dig that. And if it's on Homeless, it's possibly cool coloured vinyl. Let's check that out. Whoa, nice one. And now we're up to the last one, Z with Z-Horse and their album Pools. This is good kind of like noise rock stuff in the vein of I guess bands like Jesus Lizard and things like that. Really cool stuff, nice vinyl. And that is my A to Z. All right, see you next time. Cheers.